Blessings in the lessons of my adolescence. To shedding pests when wrapped in a peasant. To added lessons in the blessings of unwrapping my presence. This is an infinite synchronous of an endless kiss from different lips. Reflections of endless testing. Quivering by those that know the cracks in the road. Cracking the code, facts in the scrolls. I'm not housebroken. Shit everywhere it is outspoken. Living in everything since light crash with darkness and a big bang. Ain't shit changed.
Hey everybody, so we're back with layers, and we're going to continue to break down some bars from my battle versus B-Dot. If you haven't seen it, please go check it out. It magnified energy that's needed right now with what's going on in our communities, and there's a surprise at the end of it, a proposal, so go ahead and check that out. It's something that you don't see in battle rap or the culture of hip-hop very often. So let's get to it. So today, we're going to be talking about some of the, pains in a relationship, and just some things that I feel like men and women need to discuss, or maybe men need to understand just a little bit, which we talked about a lot in the battle with me and B-Dot. So here we go. I said, man, I see incubus, you genius, the way your wishes seeding us, then we bring abundance, funding, the next rubbing, till you get antsy, now we antique. So you broadcast in television so we don't see it, but we can feel it though. Why do you give us your coldest parts? I don't want to Bermuda trying angles before it all disappear over oceans of dense tears and his fears. So let's talk about what that means. So the beginning, I say, and it's all double entendres. Let's break it down. So I say, man, I see incubus. So that alone, if you don't know what I'll give you both layers of it. The surface layer was an incubus. If you don't know what an incubus is, it's like a sex demon. It's an entity that absorbs like parts of your soul and your energy by having sex with you. And I was also playing off of talking directly to my opponent by saying incubus. So what I meant by that is the ink he busts, like as a rapper. Like, we write on a pad, the ink. So incubus, you genius. So genius, I was calling him a genius, but at the same time saying, talking to men in general, saying, you genius with the wishes you seed in us. So genius, like treat us like a genie with the wishes you put in us. And then we bring abundance, funding the next rubbing. So in a lot of cases, sometimes your men leave us feeling like you're planting these seeds and we're just creating, bringing forth, growing, bringing growth from those seeds. For what? Good sex sometimes? Like, what are we doing this for? Like, what are we really getting? What is the ultimate goal out of this? What are we building? So, you genius. We bring abundance, funding, the next rubbing. Then you get antes, now we antique. So you broadcast and television so we don't see in it. So what I meant by that, you get antsy, now we antique. Collectibles. I forgot that bar at first, but I say collectibles. Basically, like we just become some valuable treasure that you collected over time. Like you got what you can get from us and just kind of put us on the shelf. And then broadcast. So when I say broadcast, I'm not just saying like brag about it, but I'm also saying like you cast for broads. You do a casting call for other women. Start adding onto your team when you get tired of the woman that you with. You get bored. So now you broadcast and then you tell a vision so we don't see in it. So yeah, I'm playing off of the word television, but I'm saying you're telling us a vision. You're showing us a vision so we don't see the end. So I guess I played off of CNN, like, take on TV, CNN, the news, but you television so we don't see an end, but we can feel it though. Because women's intuition is so strong. That's our first eye. Like a lot of spiritual masters say that we have 4 eyes, and the first one is in your gut. And a lot of people don't listen to that. Well, most women do. So even though we want to believe in something and we want to believe in the vision that you're giving us and what you're telling us and what we're bringing forth and what we're creating, at the end of the day, we can feel that the end is coming. So then I say, man, why do you give us your coldest parts? I don't want to burn. Muter trying angles before it all disappear over oceans of dense tears in hemispheres. So what I'm saying is, I don't want to feel the cold. Of course, I played off of Bermuda Triangle. We'll talk a little bit more in a second, but we're gonna talk about the surface first. Actually, more of the depth, because Bermuda Triangle is kind of like the surface. The depth is saying like, I don't want to feel that cold. And Bermuda, like, men try to, some men feel more powerful or they feel more like a man if women don't have a voice. If they don't speak, they just shut up and listen and be dictated to. Trying angles before it all disappear over dense tears and hemispheres. Basically, one man has the ability to shut it all down. The world moves at man's want to impress and to procreate with woman. So the things that we put up with, we just trying angles and trying to make it work before we disappear on your ass. Before your whole life and everything that we brought to it is gone. And all you left with is ocean. It's an ocean of dense tears and from hemispheres. Now, of course, I played off of hemispheres like, aspects of the ocean. But I'm also talking about him and his fears. Man's fears is hindering. It can be hindering when it comes to relationships. Because sometimes you don't put in your all because you're afraid of being hurt. You're afraid of the coldness that you give out. So that's what I meant by that. And I basically just tried to compact a deep conversation in a way that creatives can understand, but so that the man and woman can have that conversation through this battle and understand how we feel. So, man, stop giving us your coldest parts. We don't want to burn, muter. We're trying angles before it all disappears. And it's going to be your tears left, not ours. But anyway, yeah, that was my Bermuda Triangle bar. And for those of you not familiar with that, the Bermuda Triangle is like a portal that goes from like over the ocean and within the ocean. You go through the Bermuda Triangle, never seen again. Nobody knows where those people go. So, poof. Don't make that be it. Give us something more, man. Don't be the incubus.